It wasn't being bombed at the time. It wasn't, okay? And then you said, okay, well, guess what?
It wasn't about it being
Guess
bombed.
what, dude?
Holy he's literally, he's acting as though the argument was, you said it wasn't being bombed when it was getting bombed. No, not true. You said this will never happen, and then it did happen. That's the criticism.
Or have you already made your preconceived biases?
Here's what Hasan could do to help himself. He's not going to do it. Clearly, he's missed his chance now. But what he could have done is, Hasan debates this person, and I heard didn't do so good. Then again, it's Hasan, so whatevs. Let's go ahead and let's play it up.
Oh, here's the WillyMacShow. What's up, WillyMacShow?
Hey, what's up, Hasan?
Not much. So I am not very familiar with what you do, but I believe you've done a couple videos about how dog shit I am. I think, right? You want to turn on your camera, by the way?
I mean, I'm recording. I don't think I can at the same time.
Okay. All right. Well.
Instantly a hostile debate, and I do know that the WillyMacShow made a couple videos on Hasan, just calling him like being the worst streamer ever. Hasan spreads consistent misinformation, makes really dumb mistakes a lot, and it's just embarrassing.
All right. So you
did you watch the videos?
No, of course not. I have a policy of not really watching videos such as that one, specifically because it will frustrate me, and then I will have to respond to it.
You wanted to debate about a video you didn't even watch?
Why? Yeah, of course. You made the video. I'm not like debating a random person about a video I didn't watch. You made the fucking video. So let's hear.
I know, but that kind of like that kind of linked.
Okay, so first mistake Hasan made here, not watching the video. If somebody makes a video about you and you want to debate them about the video that they made about you, you should watch the video so you know what they said, so you have rebuttals prepared, so you know what to expect. Okay, so first massive fumble there already. Eesh.
Links up to like my big criticism with you is that you don't actually put in the bare minimum effort to research anything before you jump to conclusions. That's why your tweet when you're like, hey, I want to debate Willy.
Do you really consider me watching a fucking dumbass YouTube video from a drama farming channel to be doing research? I don't need to do research
this is what you're
on a video.
About. You're going into a topic you don't know anything about.
Brother, just give me what you want to say. Give me what you want to say. The video's about me, isn't it? So fucking talk to me about what the fucking points of the video are and let's discuss it. The fuck do you mean?
My main criticism.
Why would I have to research a video about myself? Like, oh man, I can't believe I have to watch.
No doubt you didn't.
I have to watch a fucking dumbass.
What? Why would I research the video about myself? Because it's a video about you and you're going to debate the person about the video. This is like arrogance. This is like arrogance right here.
Talk shit for 25 minutes and jerk off like all the fucking talking points that I've ever.
Personally, I love watching criticisms of me. Whenever I get videos made about me, I love watching them, especially on stream.
Heard about myself over and over again. Incredibly stupid. Give me the fucking takes and we'll talk about it. Okay, go on.
Yeah, my take is that you have a pattern of behavior where breaking news happens, you jump to wild conclusions talking way too confidently.
Okay, give me an example.
Who disagrees with
example.
You.
Give me an example.
All right,
are you going to talk about
there was reports that Ukraine was going to be invaded by Russia. You confidently said no, it wasn't, despite all the reports. Then Russia invades, and then instead of apologizing and correcting the story, you then
I didn't apologize and correct the story.
You justify the invasion.
Wait,
right?
I didn't apologize and correct the story.
Let me finish my.
Wait, hold on.
No, this is the pattern of behavior.
Because you said you.
Thank you, Jaden, for getting a cameo. I look forward to getting back to you as soon as my stream is over.
You're the one who doesn't do his research because I did apologize and I did correct the record.
You
just didn't fucking see it.
You kind of walked it back too.
Wait, no. I very clearly apologized for it. You didn't see that because all you do is look at fucking clip sheets.
It's in the video. It's in one of my videos.
So why did you just now bring it up as though I've never apologized?
Oh, this is so like Hasan. And then the worst part is when people call you out.
Why did you just bring that up as I never apologized?
It's all out of context.
Why did you just say I never apologized for it when I did?
Right? You claim that's all out of context.
Why did you say I never apologized? Why did you just say I never apologized?
Justify more. You then make more outrageous claims.
I'm sorry. Why did you say I never apologized if I did and you just repeated? You just repeated after I said, no, I did apologize. You moved the goalpost. You moved the goalpost, and you tried to fucking act like I was just backtracking.
I didn't move the goalpost, dude. This is exactly my criticism.
You did. Stop saying this is exactly my criticism. Okay, but then your criticism is fucking stupid.
Your apology is in there.
Okay,
you just didn't watch it, so you're just making shit up right now. That's what you're doing.
No, I'm going off of what you're saying.
Because you didn't watch the video because you don't research anything, which is the whole criticism.
Why would I watch a fucking stupid video that you made when I'm talking to you because the video is about me? You said with your words that I didn't actually apologize.
You're saying
you said with your words
that I did. Is this what you're going to talk over me when I'm giving you the answer?
No.
I'm giving you a very straightforward answer. I did do that.
Okay.
I did cover your apology.
So you said I did apologize, but it wasn't good
and
enough
I
for you. Is that what you're saying?
And I showed you apologizing for making your completely, like, fairly baseless claims, jumping to conclusions, and then you followed that up by making more baseless claims, jumping to conclusions.
Okay, go on. What are the baseless claims that I made that I jumped to conclusions on, even though you originally said I said that Russia would never invade Ukraine, which is true. I did say that because I did think that it would be an unimaginably stupid decision for Russia, okay, which I claimed would be impossible to occupy Ukraine, a country with 44 million people whose entire national independence movement has revolved around literally trying to escape from Russia for the most part, regardless of the Russian-speaking population in the Eastern Front, okay? Having said that,
I mean,
however,
this has nothing to do with what I said, though. This is all just random nonsense.
Yeah, because you're a fucking scumlord drama farmer. Of course it doesn't have anything to do with anything. Because the specifics don't matter to you.
Hassan was making a decent point there, at least. He never authentically apologized. Yeah, that's what he really should be saying. He said you apologized in a shallow way.
The specifics do matter.
Well, if they do, then when I describe...
Here, I got another one. Let's do this one, too.
There's an entire YouTube video called I Was Wrong About Ukraine. Like, there's literally...
in that same video, you make more claims about...
Like what?
If I remember, I mean, this is a year ago I made
go
this
ahead.
video.
Go ahead.
I'm guessing
Like what?
You didn't watch that either.
Like what? Of course I didn't watch it.
So
Why would I watch a fucking
stream?
drama farmer who has no understanding of geopolitical conflict?
You're the one who asked for this debate, and now you're all confused and butthurt that you're getting fucked up in it. Like, I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry. You fucking brainlet. Give me what the fucking inconsistency was. You made the video. You made the video. Give me the inconsistency or what you consider to be false information. Are you having a hard time without a script or without people fucking feeding you clips that you can post?
I'm doing pretty good, bro. Nobody's fed me anything.
Dude, you're killing it. You're killing it, dog. Come on, go ahead. What's the second point? What is the lie that I told about you?
This is so angry and hostile, especially when, like, us as the viewers have no context. It's like, why? Why are you guys so mad? Chill.
Ukraine.
It's not a lie. It's just you made more claims. You made more basic.
Like what? What is the claim?
I gotta go pull it up in the video because you didn't.
You didn't prepare for your own fucking. You didn't prepare where you were literally coming on here to talk about not Israel Palestine, mind you, but about Ukraine, and you didn't even fucking prepare with talking points.
I'll talk
really?
to you about Israel Palestine. That'll be the next point.
Hassan isn't really in a position to say.
Well, dude, you impromptu asked me to a debate this minute. If I had a day to prepare, I would.
Hassan literally didn't prepare either, so he's not really in a position to be getting mad at somebody for that.
Would have everything, but you didn't. You just completely like you blew this whole
video. It's your video about me. This should be so simple for you to be like, this is where you lied. Just say it. We already established the first thing. The first thing you did was wrong.
All right, you got to give me a minute.
Okay. Are you trying to link me your video? I'm not going to watch your video. Just say it with your mouth, with your words. Go ahead.
I have to watch my video to see what my receipt is because this is a year old. Right? I didn't know where
you don't even know your own video. You don't know the content of your own fucking video.
Oh my god, Hasan, come on. He wasn't even doing that bad at the beginning, but this is just ridiculous. What?
Do you think you're doing a good job right now? Do you think you're doing a good job right now, defending your position? Like it's such a profound position. It's such a profound position that you don't even fucking remember your own talking points. Oh my lord.
Dude, I'm trying to find your talking point. I'm trying to find your talking point.
I know. My talking points that you claim are wrong should be, you know, in the chamber for you to fire off. You came on here because you thought, let's have a conversation about these fucking videos that I've made.
So what Hasan is doing here is like this mindless criticism. You don't even know your own video? What the fuck? It's like, yeah, maybe not, dude, but like, who cares? He's getting it up because he wants to be more accurate. That's more than what you've done so far. You're just refusing to watch the video and then calling him a drama farmer.
Oh, yeah. And all the receipts right here, but you said get on now. Willie No Show.
Okay, go ahead. Come on, Willie No Show. Come on. What's the second talking point?
Yelling in my ear while I'm pulling up the receipt.
Willie No Show, give me the second talking point. If you're not this fucking passionate about the subject, then you're basically admitting that you're a fucking bottom-feeding drama farmer who has no interest in.
Like you're just gonna look retarded because I'm gonna pull it up in when I make my video.
Pull it up, pull it up. Stop fucking complaining about it after the fact. Go ahead. I'm here right now. If you are genuinely interested in truth and research or whatever, you have this wonderful opportunity. You have this wonderful opportunity to ask me personally.
To pull it up. I'm trying to listen, but I'm hearing you twice. Once from my video and once from you just bitching in my ear.
Oh my god.
So you gotta wait. Yeah, that's how research works.
This is the greatest brain power we got, folks.
You want me to just move on from this?
All right, I'm muting myself. Go ahead, watch your video, and then you can come back.
This is a nightmare
okay?
already.
Holy moly, dude. Jeez, Lord mercy. I muted myself. He can't hear me, so he can find his own talking points in his own fucking videos. Jesus Christ, dude.
How is this? This is a valid thing to do, by the way, in the middle of a debate. It's like pull up your video, pull up the receipts. What he's doing is completely normal.
Here, we got to do a fucking. We have to have the conversations like this. It just has to happen. He also. I love that he's like. I don't remember my talking points. I have to watch my own YouTube video.
Well, I was going to.
You're literally making fun of somebody for doing research.
I was gonna say, like, you know, if you don't want to watch.
Oh.
It was in your video. I was wrong about Ukraine. And you said people are acting like Kiev's getting bombed. Like that would never happen. And then it's literally did happen.
Okay.
So you're just again making more you're making your apology video about being wrong and making baseless claims that you know nothing about.
This is your take.
Wrong. It's a pattern of behavior.
This is your take from February 22nd, 2022.
Yeah.
Another thing that I was
again. You've done it since then.
I've done it since then. People are acting like Kiev's getting bombed. It did happen. You're right about that.
I also,
do you think that I didn't cover? Wait, hold on. Do you think that I didn't cover Kiev getting bombed? Like I hid that or something?
No, you did, but it's your accusation saying it doesn't, saying it won't happen. There's no way it'll happen.
Yeah. Do you think that bombing Kiev specifically, it was what Russia did? Do you think that was a good thing for Russia to do?
I didn't say.
Do you think that it was a? Do you have any genuine opinions?
You don't think it was a good thing.
Do you have any genuine opinions about
my opinion
Russia's
is that was
involvement
bad.
in the Ukraine?
My opinion on that is that you shouldn't be talking about shit.
Brother, hold up. We're having a conversation about you.
Hasan is now moving the goalpost because the criticism is not about any of that. It's about the fact that he again has said something that was just not true. It was baseless, and he was wrong again about it.
Ukraine and Russia. We're having a conversation about Ukraine and Russia, and I'm asking you a specific question. I'm asking you a specific question.
My conversation's about you, because my videos are about you and your pattern of behavior and your poor reporting, and now you're trying to shift it all these other ways because you know you can't face the truth.
Russia had not bombed Kiev at the time. That's number one.
But you said it would never happen.
Of course, as soon as that did happen, I covered it. Of course I did, because that's what I'm doing.
The criticism isn't that you didn't cover it. The criticism is that you're making baseless claims you don't know anything about, talking so confidently, as if you got a whole fucking research team behind you. When you don't, you're talking out your ass. This is the
brother. Do you have a whole research team behind you? Because you're not
me. I actually did research just now, and you could barely be patient enough to sit there and listen through it. You had to go ahead and
it's a video. You made a video a year ago about me talking about like my opinion on Russia and Ukraine. You personally do not have an opinion on Russia or Ukraine at all. I have taken accountability on my. I've taken accountability on the things that I've reported wrong.
You should do the research. If I'm not willing.
This is moving goalposts, by the way. This is what it looks like, where you say, well, do you have an opinion? You don't even have an opinion. It's not about whether or not you have an opinion. It's the fact that you said something super confidently again that you were wrong about.
I have taken accountability on the things that I have reported wrong on.
Wars when you can't do
Willie No Script, listen to me. I've taken accountability on the things that I have said that are incorrect. Of course, on the editorial perspective, on the editorial side of my coverage, okay, on the editorial side of my coverage, if I make a prediction or a speculation, it can sometimes be wrong. That speculation is always going to be on foundational analysis that is solid.
I got another one too. Hey, I got just more examples.
Do you have an issue with it? Do you have an issue with?
Thank you, weird username, for the $2. Hunter, you're awesome. Keep kicking ass, my friend. Thank you.
My analysis of the situation, because I can't possibly do research on things that haven't happened yet. I can simply speculate.
You just make it up.
And this entire. Do you think when I say, guys, I don't think that Russia will bomb Kiev is actually, in your opinion, like me making up something, or do you think it's speculation?
No, the clip is actually you talking really condescendingly about people who think that could happen. That's the clip.
Okay, but you're, okay. You don't. So is this all just tone policing? Is that what it is?
Talking about?
Is this all? So all of this is just you personally tone policing the way I'm covering the fucking news?
Policing. It's about your.
Do you have any genuine interest or any curiosity in like Russia and Ukraine at all, or is all you do fucking drama farming off of clips? Because over the course of this entire conflict, I've dedicated tens or hundreds of hours into my coverage, and the analysis in and of itself comes from a solid foundation. Now, the predictions might be wrong, and it certainly was, which is something that I took accountability for, even though you said I had not. So here's my question to you.
You then just did the same mistake again. You did the same criticism again.
Did you look into, okay, what sources I was looking at and where I was getting this opinion from?
Yeah, there were sources
beyond just like looking at YouTube clips and regurgitating talking points, specifically that you've heard from other like neoliberal commentators and whatsoever. Neoliberal commentators is the same fucking 5 clips that you are going to present here.
You think Destiny's secretly behind this? Is this what you're crying about right now? Is this why you keep saying random shit?
Does it sound like I'm
it does. You just said, it does. You're talking about stuff that doesn't matter.
Brother, you said
away from the criticism, which is your poor reporting. You bring me on to debate, you let me pick the debate topic, and now you won't engage. Okay. It's incredibly frustrating.
I am trying to engage with you. I am trying to engage with you. I'm trying to engage with you. I'm trying to engage with you in good faith as best as I possibly can. And all you've done so far is go through your YouTube video to be like, well, you said Kiev wasn't being bombed, and actually it wasn't at the time, but then it got bombed afterwards. Listen, let me finish. Okay, I'm going to mute you if you don't let me finish. Okay?
So again, it wasn't that like, oh, sometimes my opinion can be wrong, you know, ooh. It's like you're making fun of people, shitting on them, saying this will never happen, and then it does. It's like, dude, he's so mad.
Kyiv wasn't being bombed at the time. It wasn't. Okay, and then you said, okay, well, guess what?
It wasn't about it being
Guess
bombed.
what, dude?
Holy shit! He's literally he's acting as though the argument was you said it wasn't being bombed when it was getting bombed. No, not true. You said this will never happen, and then it did happen. That's the criticism. Not that you said this thing wasn't happening where it currently wasn't. It was you shit-talking people saying this thing might happen, you saying this thing will never happen, then it happens.
Your tone was off. Okay, well, my tone was off.
It wasn't your
you don't
tone.
like it.
It's the,
but you
it's
haven't
the
brought up,
recording.
I was being condescending.
It's
You
actually
haven't
your
brought up
recording.
the actual research or the actual analysis that led to these conclusions. Part of the reason why you haven't done that is because you have no idea what these sources are.
Since you're just talking in circles on this, can I just go to the next one?
I'm not talking in circles on this
You
whatsoever, but go ahead. Let's talk about the next point.
The next one.
But for the record, I am not
missile hits the
clairvoyant. I
hospital.
cannot predict the future. I cannot predict the future.
I
So
know.
I just want to point that out.
It's you talking on breaking news, like you know what the fuck's gonna
Then
happen.
you should
don't.
be more
You're talking
lenient.
completely out of line.
Listen,
So,
Wait,
all right,
wait,
the
wait,
missile-
if you're able to know that you can't predict the future, which obviously you can't, then you shouldn't be so confident about something that will never happen. Because then when it does happen, you look like an idiot. Then you get stuck in this position right here.
Whoa, hold up.
Can I just
Whoa,
go
whoa,
to the
whoa,
next
whoa,
one?
whoa, 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 whoa,
Hold up.
Hold up. Yo,
My
whoa,
speculation
whoa, whoa.
on what may happen, okay, in the future is not always going to be correct. Everybody understands this.
Usually wrong. Yeah.
It's usually wrong. The only
It's
example
wrong
you
a lot.
brought
You
over.
said the CIA is why Iran bombed the U.S.
Do
base,
you
bro.
do you know how
you
many?
said
Do
the
you
only
know
reason
how
the
many
protesters-
hours?
protesters are
Do you
taking
know
down
how many
pictures of
hours?
Israelis is because it's a psyop to make Palestinians look bad.
Wait, hold
Like,
on,
this is the
hold on,
fucking
hold
shit
on,
you
hold
do.
on. What base are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about with the Iranian thing. What?
Iran struck a U.S. base, and then you said it's the CIA. No shot. It's the CIA. Complete because you were like, oh, there's a nuclear deal. No shot. 100% confidence. Iran then takes credit for it, and then you mauled and seethed to your audience.
Wait, I'm so.
I know you don't know
I'm-
because you do so much bullshit all the time. You can't even
Yeah,
remember. what it is.
perhaps the reason for why you are maybe the reason why I'm confused and the reason why you're a little bit confused on this is because in every single circumstance, that every single thing that you've brought up, there's almost always a correction that comes after the fact. You, on the other hand, do not see the correction, or you, on the other hand, see the
No, I
30
wait
second,
for the full
30
information
second
to be out
to
there, and
2
you don't.
minute,
I feel
30
like the
second to
responsible
2 minute
reporter thing,
videos,
you
which
don't.
is enough for you to try and develop a consistent
This is
narrative.
from your whole live stream, by the way. I'm watching everything in context. This is cope from you saying that this is out of context. It's the same shit Andrew Tate does and the Red Pillars do to me, claiming everything's out of context when it's not. That was your opinion at the time. You said those words. They
Brother,
came out of your own mouth. Go
Can
through
I,
the research.
can I ask you
then-
something? Can I ask you something? Can I ask you something really quickly?
Go.
Okay. One. This is important for you to comprehend.
I'm sure.
Do you think that over the course of thousands of hours of coverage,
He also
okay,
noted that I
thousands of
am
hours
a
of coverage,
and I should go.
especially when something is like being immediately brought to my attention, okay, immediately brought to my attention, which I don't even know what you're talking about, but
Yeah, I
don't
know,
really-
'cause you just- you
I
so
don't
much
exactly, I don't
bullshit
remember what
with
you're talking
games.
about.
Hey, Regenerate Sinks, thank you so much for the $5 donation.
But over the course of thousands of hours of coverage, when I, for example, read something in the chat and respond to it, okay, do you think that this is like reporting, or do you think that I'm giving like immediate
breaking
commentary?
news you cover. This isn't a random chat comment. This is breaking news that's happening.
True.
Okay.
I think what most
understand
people,
that.
you should do
This
what
is
most
why I don't
people
cover
do
breaking
and
news.
wait for the story to be out there before you start spurging out,
Okay.
making wild accusations. Here, can I go to the next one?
You need to limit your, TOS worthy takes here. This isn't fucking YouTube
What is,
or
what
whatever.
is my
whatever
TO?
you're
What
doing.
TOS did I break?
You can't use unfortunately, I know, and I used to do this in the past as well. You can't use ableist language, but go
Oh,
on.
like the R word. I got you. My
Yeah.
bad. Okay.
I'm glad that you're
So,
a fan though.
Well, yeah. I don't.
Thank you
You know,
for-
this
thank
is
you for
this
watching.
is this is both. This is your job. I don't want to
Okay.
ruin that. So for instance, like the missile hit the Gaza hospital. Both sides blamed each other. That's the breaking news, right? And
Yeah.
instead of waiting for more information, you jumped to conclusions saying it was 100% Israel. 100%.
Okay.
You were so
Good-
confident.
good
You were
point.
demeaning all the
Good
chatters.
point. Good point. Can I ask you a
Can I
question?
go through the whole thing before you
Can I-
go?
No. Hold
Before
on.
we
This
get
is
off
important.
topic
This is
and derail.
important. We're not jumping. We're
Hasan
talking about
needs
this.
to
Okay, we're
literally
talking
let
about
him
this
finish.
specific
Holy
thing.
shit.
Finally, now we're talking about Israel and Palestine. When I said that, I didn't just go, "Oh, I have no other opinion on this matter. I simply think Israel definitely did this because I want Israel to have definitely done this." The reason why I said this, and you do this regularly, okay? When I say something on this stream, okay, oftentimes, especially if it's
Did
a
you watch the
developing
video?
story,
Like, how do you know I say this stuff?
especially if it's a developing story, when I say something on an issue that is happening, I look to all of the circumstantial evidence on the matter, and I look to everything else that is going on thus far. Now, we're two adult individuals here. Do you think it is unfair to say Israel blew up the hospital, like Israel bombed the hospital.
I think when there's a claim like that, you wait for information, right? I mean, there's a
Okay.
million things.
The information is that there was.
Can I respond? There's a million things
okay.
to criticize the IDF for that's right out there, right? You know this. I've seen you do it all day on stream. You get them on shit that they 100% deserve. But when there's something like that, and instead of waiting for reports, while the report is literally Israel and Hamas blame each other, right? You don't know what the story is. You don't know if they did it or not. And you say 100%, they 100% did it. That's a huge disaster, bro. That's like
At that point, first of all, who do you think blew up the hospital? Like the hospital courtyard, rather. Who do you think bombed the hospital courtyard?
I think most.
Dude, Hunter, just go back to being a conservative. People love you and you'll have success. One, I don't do this for success, but I already have success, but thanks anyway. Two, I certainly don't do this for people to like me, and I don't care if people like it or not. I'm not doing that because I think conservative position is dumb.
Most investigations point towards it being either the Islamic Jihad or Hamas, right? It's like a misfired rocket. And then what you did in response to that was instead of being like, yeah, I think since most of the reports are going this way.
Why do you think it's wait, hold on. Why do you think it's Hamas or Islamic Jihad and a rocket misfire?
Well, that was just what most of the investigations turned out.
So
I know Channel 4 had a different one.
Because you're bringing this up, and this is really important to understand. One, all of the circumstantial
you say that
evidence
every time, but it never is.
Okay, all of the circumstantial evidence at the time, of course, after the 6,000 bombs that Israel had dropped on Gaza, a densely populated open-air prison, the 6,001st bomb.
Because they did it in the past, we can just assume they did it this time for sure.
Understandably, was going to be an Israeli bomb. To this day, we still do not know whether this was an Islamic Jihad rocket that was misfired, or whether or not this was actually an artillery shell that might have hit a fuel tank, or even some other kind of munition that Israel may have deployed.
So why did you say it was
now,
100%
the reason why,
Israel and then call everyone genocidal freaks that disagreed with you?
You don't actually watch the content beyond.
You demonize them.
Because first of all, because they are. Because the Israeli government is genocidal. What the fuck are you talking about, you dumb fuck? 4,500 children have...
Oh my god. They are genocidal. He was saying, why are you calling the people genocidal who don't agree with your take when they said they don't think that was Israel that bombed the hospital? That's the question.
Been ruthlessly slaughtered. You think that's not genocidal? Oh, the one hospital might. Wait, Willie, shut the fuck up and listen, dumbass. Do you really think that if one fucking hospital wasn't bombed by Israel and this was a fucking actual misfire, that all of a sudden means that like that all of a sudden means that like Israel's not doing ethnic cleansing?
Right now, you're doing it in real time.
Dude, just fucking answer my question. Do you think that the ethnic cleansing campaign, if you take out the bombing, okay, if you take out the one time that this hospital's bombed. Okay, if you take that out, do you think out of the equation, do you think Israel is all of a sudden not doing ethnic cleansing in Gaza?
No, that's not what I said. This is what you're trying to.
I'm asking you. Okay, then
the question was not what you asked.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Okay, so what's your
reports?
Okay, got it. No. Got it.
Look at reports. Got it. And you go ahead and they side with it. You continue to call them genocidal, even though that's the fact of the info. That's what most of the info says.
Hasan does not understand that you have to let the other person talk, or it's not actually a debate.
When I cover these kinds of
ignore the news, bro. That's the point. You just like lie and come up with your own shit.
I don't ignore the news. You ignore the rest of the fucking coverage, because on the day of the hospital bombing, I personally said, okay, that the highest likelihood of this hospital being bombed is from
No, you also
Israel.
said it was 100%.
Just shut the fuck up and listen, okay? Shut up and listen.
The goalpost.
Listen, I'm not shifting the fucking goalpost. It's my own coverage. I'm giving you additional feedback. If you actually genuinely cared about the truth instead of fucking clip chipping and drama farming, you would understand that on that same day, on that same day, over and over again, I said the highest probability of this is that this is an Israeli bombing campaign. Part of the reason why I said that,
you also said that,
and I also mentioned multiple times.
After the investigation,
I also mentioned
the investigations don't agree with you.
I also mentioned multiple times. I also mentioned multiple times.
You're just again ignore what I said.
Dude, just listen to what I'm saying.
Well,
I know it doesn't correspond. No, it's not irrelevant because you're making a video. You're making a video to massage a certain narrative, to create a certain narrative.
It's a true narrative. It's like
to create a certain narrative, and that narrative, when it doesn't correspond to the narrative you're trying to make, when it doesn't correspond to the narrative you're trying to make, you go, oh, it's irrelevant. Of course, it's not irrelevant. Do you think that my coverage of this bombing is irrelevant? Why are you fucking making a video about a 30-second sliver of the content if you don't actually?
You jump to conclusions, and now you're saying, yeah, I did, but like, look at this 1.8 hours in.
Willie, it's not 8 hours in. It's not 8 hours in. It's not 8 hours in. It is not 8 hours in. What will it take for you to go, okay, you know what? I was actually wrong. He actually had a much more even-handed approach to the subject matter. Or have you already made your preconceived biases
Okay, so here's what Hasan could do to help himself. He's not going to do it. Clearly, he's missed his chance now. But what he could have done is acknowledge, one, the mistakes, and then also acknowledge where he was accurate in. Show that he does have a balance. When he says this, can you just admit now that, like, I'm actually more balanced than you thought? No, we can't admit that because you haven't demonstrated it. You haven't proved it. You've not substantiated that claim. First of all, just acknowledge that, like, yeah, everybody doing reporting or coverage anytime is going to get some things wrong sometimes. That's just what's going to happen. But then also, here are all the things I did right. That's the approach he could have taken to save himself. Instead, it's just been anger and yelling.
Simply looking to reinforce them.
The facts of what happened, and you have yet to disprove it. If my criticism is,
I said on the day of the bombing, Willie, I said on the day of the bombing, I said,
yes, like the most hilarious part. Like, it's the day, this is breaking news, and you jump to the conclusion that's 100%.
You're right. After 6,000 bombs, the 6,001st bomb, I should have been like, guys, hold on. Let's not talk about this.
Call everybody genocidal.
Shut the fuck up and listen. Shut up and listen, dumbass.
Go on.
Listen.
Oh, go on.
Okay, thank you. Holy fuck. You're just simply proving how bad faith you are, and you don't give a shit.
I'm
yes,
not.
I'm covering the fucking news.
You don't engage.
I'm covering the news. In America, when we have like mass shootings and whatnot happening, I have a policy of usually not diving headfirst into that news coverage because it is not the same as the consistent war coverage. The only reason why I usually talk about whatever kind of breaking story is happening, this is not the same for Israel and it's not the same for Ukraine.
Wasn't your stream titled that the day
listen,
of the shooting?
listen to me.
I mean,
listen to me. The only thing I cover in situations like that is whatever the mainstream media's, whatever mainstream media has reported on. Oftentimes, we just simply look at the live stream of the police force when they are talking about how many victims are there. That's it. Now, having said that, is that the case for Israel? No, it's not. Is that the case for Ukraine? No, it's not. And it wasn't, okay? And in that circumstance, there are times where, of course, I'm going to get certain things wrong. But this is an 8-hour news coverage. If you look at a 30-second, broadcast,
that's the criticism. It's not 30 seconds. You keep saying that. It's not 30
if you look at a 5-minute portion of a fucking
you're fucking
brother. You're not listening to what I'm saying. On the very same
bombed by Israel, 800 people dead. That was your stream. What did I do to title it that? I didn't do that.
Okay.
I didn't clip that out of context. That was you.
Can you please listen to me? Can you please listen to me? Can you please listen to me?
So WillyMac guy has a way upper hand because he's way more prepared. You can tell he knows his stuff better.
What will I have to show you for you to own up to this criticism?
Okay, because you're not listening to what I'm trying to say. First of all, I never said 800.
What you're saying is irrelevant. You're just going
That's
on
so
about
fucking stupid.
random shit.
Okay, I was literally repeating what the BBC coverage was. Not only that, but also because like I don't have a direct on the ground. I wasn't.
Well, was the BBC? Hold on, I might
Hasan's
have
getting thrown off too easily.
Did the BBC say it was 100% Israel when they blamed each other?
The BBC's original assessment, yes, was that it was most likely an Israeli bombing.
But they blamed each other in investigations.
No. That was literally the reason why they had to rescind the coverage. That was the reason why they had to rescind the coverage and apologize for it. But also, what you're failing, you didn't do your research. Shut the fuck up. What you're also failing to fucking comprehend here in your dense ass mind is that, once again, and I repeat myself, I said, here is what I will believe. Here is what I will believe. If there's a third-party investigation, given the fact that Israel has lied routinely about the bombing campaign, and specifically had, in that very same morning, the Israeli Air Force said we had no bombing campaigns happening in the region. We have no bombing just listen, okay? We have no bombing campaigns in the region, which was a lie.
No.
They were bombing in that region, actually, as a matter of fact.
Keep choking up these kills. Fuck.
That's number one. Number two was we have no bombing just listen, okay? We have no bombing campaigns in the region, which was a lie. They were bombing in that region, actually, as a matter of fact. That's number one. Number two, Israel also personally brought forward inconsistent testimony, inconsistent statements as to why this was definitely an Islamic Jihad rocket, okay? And the reason why we're having this conversation and how it's so fucking stupid.
I thought there were independent reports as well that came out that said that it most likely was a misfire and it wasn't actually Israel. I thought that this was pretty well accepted now as well.
Okay, it's so insanely idiotic is because Israel is currently, while we're having this conversation, sieging the main hospital in Gaza. Israel, at that point, had 420 medical incidents, according to the World Health Organization. If you get your fucking news through clips, you are not going to understand why I said what I said, including that unless there is an actual third-party on-the-ground investigation, I will, of course, believe, given the circumstantial evidence mounted, that this is yet another Israeli bomb or some type of Israeli munitions, that I'm going to assume that, yes, Israel blew up this hospital just like it had blown up the cancer ward at that very same hospital 2 days prior. Did you see that part of the coverage? No, you didn't.
You know what you're doing right now and what you just did? All right? I criticized you for jumping to conclusions, right? Which, by the way, a lot of streamers didn't. A lot of new streamers didn't. right? I would have been down to make videos on them. Some did, but a lot didn't, right?
No, you wouldn't, dumbass. You only do this because it gets you fucking views. You don't give a shit about Israel.
All you did was justify the bad, like justify why
Israel claimed that the BBC was doing modern blood libel.
This is what you just said. All you did right there was justify why you should be able to report things badly. And then you dismissed it all saying, well, Israel's attacking Gaza right now, so none of it matters if I got it wrong.
True.
Because, of course,
it's fucking
because
embarrassing.
the point that you're trying to argue here without actually saying it.
The point is that you should just wait and fucking do a good job reporting. Why are you jumping to conclusions, making concrete statements you know nothing about? That's the same criticism. You haven't disproved that at all.
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Dude, he just got called out bad right there. That was true. He did just like justify then dismiss. Damn, that's a good point. I didn't even notice that.
Into the fucking BBC, which the Israeli government said was blood libel for arriving at the same fuck. You know why I didn't apologize? You know why I didn't apologize?
You haven't done that.
You want to know why I didn't apologize? You want to know why I didn't apologize? Do you care?
Why don't you let me talk?
Do you care? Do you want me to tell you why I didn't apologize?
I know why you didn't apologize, because you never do. You always double down.
No,
shift the goal.
Wait, I don't apologize? I don't apologize? That's crazy, because you said I never apologized about being wrong about Ukraine, but I did. And you fucking lied and said that, oh, well, actually, you were just backing away.
I'm very consistent.
Semantic.
Yeah, you're consistently wrong, you dense fuck. Listen.
I haven't. You don't even watch the videos. How would you know if I'm wrong?
Why would I watch your dumbass drama farming videos? You don't give a shit about anything. You don't give a shit about this conflict. You don't give a shit about this beyond it pushing your fucking personal...
You not watching my videos is the same level...
You not watching the video shows that you're not doing research into the debate you're about to have. Part of the reason why you're so fucking angry.
Reporting that you give Israel and Gaza, it's the same level of reporting that you give Ukraine.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you think
minimum effort in, and just
you are revealing, revealing how stupid you are by claiming that watching a fucking YouTube video is the same as like reading news reports and talking to on-the-ground journalists and forensic analysts.
No, I'm not. I'm saying you won't even do the bare minimum, and you won't even do it for a drama video.
I'm losing my fucking mind. Why would I care about your drama video, dumb fuck?
Yeah, you do. That's why you invited me on.
I invited you on. I invited you on because I thought that you genuinely had a perspective that was at odds with mine on Israel-Palestine. You said, never mind, it's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about my videos that I've made on you. So now we're stuck having this fucking stupid conversation. When I cover shit like this,
the debate would be about if you just watch the video.
Willie,
classic journalism.
All right, I'll ask you questions. In your video, do you, I don't know, at any point bring up any of the resources that I'm using, like including the BBC, which you said?
Yeah, I showed the tweet you used. Yeah, I did. I showed the tweet you used of a missile striking the ground, going, doesn't that look like a JDAM? That actually looks a lot like a JDAM. That's your epic reporting. Those are your epic sources, bro.
Yes. My epic sources. That was the only verified video of the strike at the time.
I know. Like, you're a
do you know where I got that?
Like, you know how to interpret.
Do you know where I got that video from? Do you know where I got that video from?
Where?
The Washington Post. That's where I got that video from.
Yeah, but you don't know how to interpret what that missile is.
That's really interesting you say that, because at the time I was talking. At the time, that's really interesting because at the time I was. At the time, I was.
At the time you
talking to. I was talking to open source intelligence people and also forensic analysts. That's what I was doing, and I still do. When I'm reporting on this kind of thing, especially when it's outside of my immediate like expertise or whatever, I go to people that are making real-time assessments. One of the things that I'm sure you didn't mention was the geo-confirmed Twitter thread. The geo-confirmed Twitter thread that originally was incredibly viral pointed to this being...
Does this all exonerate you for jumping to conclusions?
No, dumbass. Over the course of 8 hours, I am parsing through misinformation. No, I'm not. I'm not shifting. We're still talking about this bombing. We're still talking about this bombing.
By the way, hold on. Can we move on? Because this is just circles. You're just
whoa. No, we're not fucking moving on just because you feel like this conversation is completely out of your fucking depth because you only look at clips.
Very basic. The
because you only look at clips.
You jump to conclusions, and then you jump to conclusions, and now you justify why you should be able to do that.
One thing that I do in breaking news stories is to parse through, all of the information that is accumulating online that is going viral. I do this specifically for whenever there's a mass shooter and some fucking psychotic right-wing weirdo will turn around and be like, oh, the mass shooter actually is trans or whatever the fuck, right? Sure. Now, in this circumstance, I can't believe we're still talking about this, by the way, because every single piece of information that Israel, as the official account, has brought forward has been an abject lie
Hasan, I got a question,
that have been disproven by the very same authorities that you claim are totally on board, are totally saying like, no, it definitely has to be an Islamic Jihad rocket. Every single person I've talked to, from forensic analysts that work at the New York Times, that work at Washington Post, all the way to open source intelligence analysts that I talk to from a broad variety of different ideological backgrounds, the conversations that we had revolved around some of the other open source intelligence community members basically fucking bringing forward incredibly stupid conclusions, like how this massive casualty inducing rocket that was actually a cause of an intercepted missile that fell on the hospital. Every single point that was brought forward in the immediate aftermath of the hospital was actually completely incorrect. But you didn't make a video about that. You made a video about me. Because if you made a video,
about you, yes, you finally get it.
Stop. Listen. Let me finish. You didn't make a video about Geo Confirmed and how viral his fucking thread was. You didn't make a video about how wrong most of the news outlets were for directly reporting what the fuck, directly reporting what the fuck Israel, directly reporting what the fuck Israel says as though it's God's honest truth. Okay,
I don't report.
They got everything wrong on that subject, but guess what, dude? They got everything wrong. But there was no Willie Mac video on that because why would you make it?
Hold on, did they correct it?
Wait,
did they correct it?
Yes.
No, they haven't.
What?
They haven't? They've just doubled down on it?
No, they corrected it.
No, I'm talking about all of the fucking false testimony that they brought forward about how Israel, most of these outlets that literally just repeated whatever the fuck Israel said, just went along with it because it goes along with...
There was a huge outlet, I thought it was the Washington Post, that came out and said we were wrong about it. It was way too soon. We jumped to conclusions or something.
The overarching narrative.
Right, but how come I gotta make a video on them just because I made a video on you? Like,
because you said, wait, hold on. In the beginning of this conversation, you literally said, if someone else had gotten information wrong, I would have done a video on them too. But only you got the information wrong.
That. If I made a video on somebody, if I made a video on somebody else,
you said those exact words.
Let me correct you because that's a ridiculous statement, right?
But you did say that. If you care about misinformation, maybe you should, I don't know, make the next video about IDF and all the times they fucking lied about every single bombing campaign.
So you're saying because I made a video on you, I now got to make a video on Israel?
No, you don't have to do anything. But you can't also maintain the position that you care about the truth and honesty in journalism, like you're a fucking Gamergate holdout, being like, oh, I care about the ethics in video game journalism. That's why we have to dox these fucking female journalists or some shit.
I didn't dox anybody, bro. What are you talking about?
I didn't say that. I'm using. Do you know what a fucking analogy is, dumb fuck?
Oh my god.
Yeah, hey, I got a question. If I go ahead and let's say like you referenced in that big long rambly rant that lasted like 5 minutes, right? You referenced that you later in the stream got a story right, and that I should have talked about that because you covered some things right. Does that mean I can't criticize you for when you're wrong?
No, of course you can. The entire point is framing something incorrectly. If there's 8 hours of coverage on a particular matter, and throughout that coverage, I'm actually personally talking about how the red line I would draw is on the ground. If there is an on-the-ground investigation where they look at ground soil analysis, one factor of the forensic analysis on whether or not this was a misfire is actually seeing the impact, right? You have to look at the crater. And the crater in and of itself, immediately, once the dust settled and we saw the crater, I said, while I originally looked at the video, can I please explain what's happening here? Or are you just in here to fucking cry? Okay.
Well, it sucks because you're going on about irrelevant stuff.
Does anybody actually like Hasan? Seriously, does anybody actually like watching Hasan? Seriously, like he is insufferable. He's so annoying here.
Where my analysis comes from, talking to
you reframed this entire thing,
brother. You have literally complained here about one hospital bombing that is still not proven. One hospital bombing that is still not proven to be an Islamic Jihad rocket by saying third-party forensic.
You say 100%, and then everybody who says otherwise, you were calling genocidal.
I still think
that's what you did on stream. That's what you did.
I did do that because they are. If you're defending Israel, you are genocidal.
Right, but if you simply
wait, do you think defending? Okay, let's talk about that. Do you think defending Israel? Do you think defending Israel's actions?
Look how you're doing this now. You're now saying
okay. Because you brought up a new point. You brought up a new point. We're moving on. We're not gonna watch your shit ass video. You brought up a new point.
I know because you don't want.
You think okay? Do you think what Israel is engaging in is ethnic cleansing and ethnic displacement in Gaza?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Do you think defending this ethnic cleansing and ethnic displacement campaign would be defending genocidal acts then, in your own assessment?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so we agree. All right, got it. Thank you.
I know the criticism is your reporting. It's not that, bro.
Yeah, got it. You care more about
I care about
the
doing
truth
a good
in
job
journalism.
you
Okay, got it.
do.
I'm glad we agree on it at least. I'm glad we agree on it. Okay, move on.
Calling out misinformation is not defending Israel. This is so. Oh my God.
Are you just gonna should I now bring up the next point?
Well, I don't know what the fucking points are. Go ahead.
Or are you gonna go on more about
And here, by the way, for those if you don't know, we do have an automatic Fossabot timer usually. For breaking news, especially when it comes to like mass shootings, which includes the main mass shooting, which you claimed I was covering immediately or whatever.
Yeah, you covered the same day, didn't you?
I don't remember if I did, but if I did, it was specifically just the police. It was probably just whatever the police testimony was at the time. But here is the Fossabot from that day for the record. Get automatically timing out someone who is trying to bring this up.
So anyway, your chat's not allowed to talk about it, but you talk about it.
No, Chad is talking about it so I can actually talk about it myself. And this was the day after. No, I actually didn't cover the main shooting at all that day, and I barely talked about that the next day, as a matter of fact.
Okay, fair enough then. I haven't watched those streams.
Okay. I don't think you watch a lot of the streams because if you did, you would understand where a lot of my analysis is coming from, and you wouldn't be fucking making erroneous claims like this.
You kind of do bro politics and just shoot from the hip.
I'm sorry. Okay, okay, got it. What kind of politics do you watch, or what kind of politics do you actually engage with then?
I mean,
I have a style that. Wait, I don't get it. I have a style that you don't like. Okay, the end. That doesn't.
Yeah, but it's you. The style is you being wrong about stuff. The style's about you doing wrong, like. It's the same criticism. We're just gonna talk in circle again, dude. Do you feel like you radicalize your audience when you get stuff wrong on these reporting, this sort of reporting?
Explain. I would love to hear what you mean.
So,
by
like,
this.
for instance, like, you and Ethan on like Israel, right? He's 100% seems like he sympathizes with the Palestinians, right?
Yeah, 100%. I agree
Comes
with
on
that.
stream, yeah, all that good stuff.
Okay.
But then when he goes ahead and he's like saying stuff like, dude, your whole chat's calling me racist. Your whole chat's calling me a genocidal freak, right? Are you gonna do anything about that? You don't. And the reason why they do that is because you said.
It's really interesting you said that. Do you think?
You won't let me finish.
Every single day up until that very moment. Every single day up until that very moment, I told my community. If you actually did watch beyond the clips, you would know that every single day, since the Leftovers broadcast, including the immediate aftermath of the Leftovers broadcast, the first time we talked at the Leftovers at the H2H studio, I told my community that Ethan is sympathetic to Palestinians and that he is not your enemy. To yell at him in this situation would be fucking fruitless, ridiculous. Plenty of people try to find drama.
The reason why your audience does it is because
you asked me what kind of community cultivation I engage in.
You didn't even know what I was going to ask because you cut me off.
Okay, go ahead.
That's what you fucking did.
Okay, go ahead. I'm being very rude to my guest, by the way. But go on. I'm sorry, Felix.
Am I your guest? Who's your guest? All right, I was just saying, do you feel like you radicalize your audience because your audience calls Ethan racist, even though he's pro-Palestinian, right? And the reason why they do that is because whenever anybody just reports like a basic fact, like Israel likely didn't do the Gaza hospital bomb, right? Your response is to freak out and call that chatter genocidal and say that they hate all Arabs. So that's why they do. You feel like you're radicalizing them to do it. I mean, they do it for a reason.
Are you in your own assessment here taking things out of context over the course of an 8-hour broadcast where you think maybe
in context. It's all in context.
No, you don't know the context.
You gotta prove to me that
you can look at a fucking banning that is occurring on a stream and not recognize that banning is happening because it might be a sock account. That banning might be happening because someone is bad faith. That banning might be happening because I'm sorry, we're talking about how I cultivate my community and how I moderate my community. How the fuck is me telling you how I moderate my community irrelevant? Everything it seems that goes against whatever narrative you want to frame is irrelevant in your opinion. So yeah, no wonder you want me to just watch the fucking YouTube video and sit in the goddamn shadows. Everything's irrelevant. You're asking me questions about how I operate. This is supposed to be a research. This is supposed to be a research, isn't it? Are you not supposed to be doing fucking research right now on your subject matter? So what's irrelevant?
Oh my God.
You're asking, hold on. I just said, are you radicalizing your audience? And then you went on a rant about sock accounts. That's not relevant.
No, because I'm talking about how I cultivate and how I moderate my community. The entire conversation is within the framework of how I moderate my community. And what I told you is, you don't have any understanding of why I'm banning who, for what reason. You're just watching in small increments without recognizing
that in a political... Be that way. It's not. I have entire streams downloaded. It's your whole stream.
Okay. That still doesn't matter because you don't know why we make moderation decisions. That's why you were wrong on the fucking shooting in Maine. That's why you were wrong on the Maine shooting too, because you can't comprehend what is going on behind the fucking scenes. So why don't you ask me, if I'm your subject matter here, which it seems you watch all the fucking streams, instead of making up your own mind about how these streams go.
Just change the subject.
What? I'm not changing the subject.
You radicalize your audience, and Ethan's the example. Why are you going on about why you ban people? And making it sound so complicated.
Do you think I'm radicalizing my community against Ethan when I told you time and time again that I have kept my community in check over and over again?
I have to repeat what I say for a third time because it's very straightforward.
Brother, you ask me questions, I answer. You don't like the answer because it goes against your narrative that you're trying to fucking fulfill, and then you go, "Oh, it's irrelevant." It's not irrelevant.
Hasan has not answered the question. How he moderates his audience has nothing to do with how he cultivates an audience or leads an audience to become more extreme. I need this to end. I'm getting tired of this.
Answering you about A, and you give me number 3. It's like completely a different fucking thing. I say, Hasan, let's do run, and you go, I swim. It's not fucking relevant.
It is absolutely relevant. It's absolutely relevant.
You go ahead,
do you not think that my moderation is what we're talking about? You literally brought up Ethan.
What we're talking about is you attack people that talk about the facts, right? Like you go ahead and you're like, you're a genocidal freak, blah, 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 blah. Or opinions. It could be facts or opinions, right? When it comes
do you know how many people we ban on a daily basis?
Hearing the question.
Okay, go ahead, because you're not fucking asking a question. You're just like ranting. Go on. Sorry, I'm sorry. Give me your.
All right, I'll keep the question short. When you criticize chatters by calling them genocidal freaks for having opinions that really are pretty nuanced, right, on a subject that is fairly nuanced, right? Why are you surprised, or you shouldn't be surprised that your chatters do that to Ethan? Like, you're the one that radicalized them into doing that. They're doing it to Ethan because you do it
If
to
my
everybody
word,
else.
if my word is so gold that a chatter is repeating what I'm saying in a moment's notice, then why are they not repeating what I'm saying or hearing what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, when I tell them over and over again every single day since Ethan and I had our leftovers broadcast that Ethan is actually an anti-Zionist,
Why don't
he's
you ban
sympathetic to
them
the Palestinian plight.
You ban
that
everybody that links my video. Why don't you ban them for doing that to Ethan?
wait, what? We literally had Ethan as a blocked word for straight up weeks at a time.
Yeah, but why
What are you
not fix
talking
the problem? The problem is they're calling him racist. Not that
Wait,
Ethan's
wait, wait,
bad
wait,
guy.
wait, wait. I just told you how I personally said time and time again, every single day, whenever a chatter tried to bring it up, whether they were drama farming or whether they were genuinely concerned with something that they misunderstood from Ethan's perspective, and even in that same conversation that I had with Ethan, that I believe that he's a very empathetic person and that I believe that he cares about Palestinian people. As my co-host, I said this time and time again. Okay, here's the question for you. Beyond that, what other mechanisms of control do you want me to bring forward?
All right, and I'm done with this debate. We have watched it all. There's like 5 minutes left, and I cannot do it again. Well, there you guys have it. That was Hasan absolutely butchering this. My God. Holy shit, dude. Okay.